Bare naked.
Bare naked. Bare naked. ABCs.
Welcome to the Bare Naked ABCs, where we have discussed every single Bare Naked Lady song that exists. This is it. This means that we succeeded. We did it. We discussed every single one.
Dun, 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 dun,
Wait, you're playing taps? Wait, no. That doesn't feel right.
Hold on, let me go get my bugle.
Did you hear me tapping on your chamber door?
Knock, knock, knocking on it.
Knocking
I
on.
was rapping at it.
You're knocking on the door of the heavens.
This is the last Bare Naked Lady song.
Oh, God.
That's it.
Wow. It's been time.
Yeah, this is the one that we had to do.
Why?
Yep.
I mean,
Why?
I guess maybe I needed to learn about
Logically.
hopscotch. I had
This
no
is for them
idea
youngins. Them youngins, they don't know.
this existed.
I'm disappointed that they're calling it hopscotch, but with the Canadian background, you need to include butterscotch in a song called hopscotch. Because it's the Canadian chocolate.
Yeah, and scotch. And just
Scotch mist?
scotch. Just
I needed
scotch.
scotch to listen to this week's song.
And scotch tape. And
Oh, very nice.
I needed the scotch tape to tape my heart back together.
No, that's duct tape.
no duct tape hard for you.
Pretty slippery.
Bittersweet.
It is. It's bittersweet. It's like the butterscotch. was
Hopscotch,
slightly
that's the name
burnt
of the
and
game. It's
become
bumping.
bittersweet.
That's what I'm saying. And I see the tower.
Hopscotch, that's the name of the game. It's bumping, that's what I'm saying. Get jumping, you feel the same. It's hopscotch, that's the name of the game.
See the tower.
I want to now that you've done that, Heidi. I actually want to take this and bump it down to a minor key.
It isn't a minor key.
Depressing hopscotch. Yeah, it is.
You can make it a diminished key and make it sound really sinister.
Ooh.
Hopscotch.
Okay, there we go. I want to make it a diminished key, and slow it down like by a quarter.
Make you a diminished key. What?
You want to make like a Portishead, like a trip hop version, is what you're
Yeah,
saying.
that'd be great.
A manically depressing version of hopscotch
Yeah.
for the kids that
If you-
never get asked
if
to
you've
play
never-
on the playground. I want to
You never-
play hopscotch.
It's hopscotch. That's the name of the game.
If you've never heard English comedian Bill Bailey once
Won't you come over, Bill?
once created Zippity Doodah in the style of Portishead, and it is fantastic if you've never heard it.
It's an interesting concept. Take Disney songs and twist them.
And he wanted to infuse it, quote, with a wistful melancholy to be worthy. He basically was suggesting it was the new British national anthem because it accurately reflected the wistful melancholy of the people.
Well, I wish I could say that we have a ton of information about this song, but there's.
I was not even aware of Jeremy and Jazzy until today.
No.
Actually, are they Canadian or
Is it Canadian? Is it a fairly new children's show? Like, I'm out of the loop.
Is this
'cause
just a
I don't have
YouTube
little
channel, or
tiny
is there like
person.
a television tie-in, or like what's the deal? Lay it on us.
So Jeremy and Jazzy, they call it a show, but it is not a show. It is basically song skits that are online on CBC.
It's like Coco Melon, is what you're telling me.
Yes.
Okay.
How do you know about Cocomelon?
Be-
My job.
Yeah, I missed the Coco Melon train too.
Nah, it's decent, but it's
I know not of what you talk about.
Is it more shameful or less shameful that I tell you I know about Cocomelon because PewDiePie made a diss rap song aimed at Cocomelon?
I think that's more. Yeah.
Well, I embrace my shame. I'm a gamer.
Well, sometimes you gotta.
Sometimes things bridge over to other things, and that's
True.
okay.
True. Bridge over the River Kwai.
Bridge over Shame River.
So yeah, Jeremy and Jazzy are a CBC.
Are neither
They call
Jeremy
it
nor
a
Jazzy. Talk amongst yourselves.
Oh,
Please
nice.
discuss.
I'm getting verklempt.
Yeah, because Jazzy's name is not really Jazzy; it's Ada.
That's
Well,
I-
not
Aida
even
or
close.
Ada.
Is she
Aida,
related
or-
to Jazzy Jeff?
Is her last name Vice?
Oh, nice.
Ada.
Yeah, I can't pronounce her last name. I'm not even gonna try because
Trying hard enough.
Jazzy.
I will destroy it.
Can you spell it?
And she has more of a career than he does. His is more children's songs, but she actually does a lot of other stuff as well.
She seems younger than him from what I've seen in the.
She seems like
is
she's 12 years old.
Yeah.
So
Is she just a
you
very
would-
tiny person?
She's just tiny, and I think that it's the haircut that she has
Yes.
doesn't help any either. Although in the first season, it's more she's got dreadlocks and stuff,
Is this what we're talking about?
which definitely makes her look older. But her using that really high voice makes her sound very young as well.
perhaps.
In the
That's
video,
what it
in the
was.
behind the scenes, she has no hair.
In season 2, which is what this is, when the B&L came out with it, she has shaved her head. But in season 1 videos behind the scenes, you can see in interviews and stuff like that where they're trying to promote the show. You can actually see she's got dreadlocks, like the character that is drawn
Yeah.
for her.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because both of the characters are drawn, I would say more like teenagers, but the two actors are definitely not
Teenagers
teenagers.
in a playground?
Yeah.
Well,
Little sketchy.
Townies?
oh,
I
come
mean, you
on
got a
now.
mouse
They're,
that's sitting there doing hopscotch graffiti, but
they're doing. This
Well,
is
it's
for
art,
cancer research,
so,
right? So, like, or to help kids, like, with, not to be the fun police here.
We just got pulled over.
fun police, fun police, fun police.
Whatever you're doing, I don't
That's the
recognize
sound of
it.
the fun police.
Boop, boop. You know what?
We
Well,
are
should
avoiding
should we
talking
break
about
down
song.
this very complex song, Heidi? Should we,
I did
don't know
not.
if you had
I
time,
took a look at the
like,
lyrics
to
and listened
analyze
to
this
the
one.
very basic, sounded like a good 1451er to me, but Hopscotch, the name of the game is Hopscotch.
You are not mistaken. Yeah, it's Heidi is
Stand
very,
up,
very
stand
expertly identified. So it is recorded at 100 beats per minute exactly. It is in the key of E minor, and the only chord progression, the only chord changes I could suss out were E minor to G to A minor to B minor, which would be 1, 3, 4, 5. It's just this ascending line, and then you maybe sometimes hang out on E minor for a while, and then there's actually kind of like just rhythm, like just percussion over some of the rapping stuff, and then they go back into the chords. But it's the same changes. So it's A. We got a folk songy structure. And it's just an ah. So that's pretty much what we got. I had in my notes, the only other thing I wrote was sounds like a Parappa the Rapper song.
And did you get the reference there from the video I sent you, Tracy, or in the chat? That's what it sounded like to me. It sounded like gorillas to me.
Oh,
Yes, it does. Da 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 da. Like Clint. Is it?
yeah. I could hear that for sure. A little bit of
I'm
gorillas.
feeling bad, I got sunshine.
Which I do like the gorillas. And I like Parappa the Rapper.
On the future.
Yeah, I was thinking
coming on.
that the same thing. Mashing that up with gorillas would be great.
Orderly, someone let me out of my garden.
Should do a remix. Damon Albarn, come on the show. We know you
that's what
listen.
I'm saying. It needs a little more of an edge.
They have a lot of pages about this on the Jeremy and Jazzy. Like, there's like, you search on it, and there's like so much about this particular song.
Well, it's probably
But
a
I
pretty
wanted
big
more
deal
from
for
the
them.
comments.
Yeah.
Are they a Canadian show?
Yeah, it's a CBC show.
Sick Kids is a Canadian organization, so
It is. Like, they had a behind the scenes that just had Ed. They had a behind the scenes that just had Jeremy. They had just behind the scenes of Aida. They had just behind the scenes of all of them. Like, and unfortunately, the behind the scenes of any of those behind the scenes videos just were videos of them singing the parts.
I mean, I'm sure. Look, you know, if I produced a series of children's videos for Canada and Canadian
this just
musical
came
royalty,
out,
Bare
too,
Naked Ladies was going to take
few
part in
months ago.
that, I would be all over it too. So I get it.
Right, but I want to know more. I don't want to just see.
Yeah,
them.
I would like to know more. I mean, I guess there's a wiki.
Well, I know that, like, the only thing I could find out is they did the whole Hopscotch challenge hashtag to raise money for pediatric cancer.
Yes.
And so there's that, but... Oh, that's not enough time to hopscotch. I mean, I could be hopscotching for
Unfortunately, they only did it for a month. I mean, if I didn't learn about this song until October, and so, like, by the time I found out about
Scotch
this
hops
song...
is like beer making in Scotland.
yeah. It's like bar hopping, but with scotch.
I would do that.
It would have been great to do it. It would have been cool. I am a little sad that it didn't go on longer.
That's what she said.
Oh, wow. I mean, that was the perfect setup.
Yeah.
Just because it's been
Yep.
dormant for a while doesn't mean I won't occasionally do it.
That wasn't just
That
a
was
slow
the spike.
pitch. That
You
was
just
a long...
set her up there, and she spiked it over the volleyball net.
All right, so I have a question for you guys. Do you think that Ed wrote his part? Or do you think it was written for him?
I mean,
Sounded
he had some of that flow. This is a completely unfair comparison because Pollywog in a Bog is an amazing God tier, S tier song. But that it sounds kind of like the flow he has in that, and you know, I don't like it as much because obviously, but I think he at least had input on it because it had a little bit of that Ed flow, the Ed and flow of it all.
Yeah, the hopscotch stopwatch. I'm gonna take it up a notch. That's very Ed.
Your hopscotch stopwatch, I'ma take it up a notch. My jump style's wild, guaranteed to make you smile. It's about fun, we get it done. Everyone take advantage of every ounce of sun. The rain is gonna wash these chalk lines away. We'll just draw a new hopscotch, another sunny day. Counting, jumping, having a ball. Hopscotch for one, hopscotch for all.
Yeah, that definitely sounds. Yeah, he's got the internal rhymes and stuff going on. And honestly,
the second verse of that, though, the rain is going to wash those track lines away. That didn't quite have Ed flow to it as much as the first.
Yeah, the first verse really sounded very Ed-like.
But you know, Ed was right behind that. Hopscotch, that's the name of the game. It's hopscotch. That's what I'm saying. Get jumping. No, that was not Ed.
The future is coming.
Now, I made the observation that they say it's bumpin', but I know I am not exactly a youngin' anymore. But don't the youths say bussin' now? Shouldn't it have been it's bussin'?
Yeah. Is it, well, this came out in what, August?
Maybe bussin' is too old now. But only boomers say bussin'.
Maybe bussin' is out and bumpin' is in. I'm not sure that's a good direction.
Who can keep up nowadays? These chillins.
Yeah, it must have come out in August because
I think
the
it's pretty
challenge
recent.
was September 2nd to September 30th.
But
so.
how quickly we go from mama to
Bussin' to
mom
bumpin'.
and bus into bumping.
Bussin' leads
Sunrise, sunsets.
Bussin' leads to bumping.
Is this the little hopscotch?
Cats in the cradle with a silver spoon.
One season following another.
It's the time to make a change. Like, let's bring out all of the good father to son growing up.
Old man, take a look at my life. I'm a lot like you.
I hopscotch every day when I got the blues.
Neil Young, we know you listen. Please come on the show.
I was going to say that I
Mary
think
Chapin. Oh, wait.
No.
Pat Stevens. Wait a minute.
I was going to say that I think Ed wrote his part, and because it doesn't sound the same as Jeremy's part. If you look at the way that Jeremy's part is put together, and then you look at how Ed's part is styled and where the rhymes are, and just the flow of it, it is completely different.
Flow is important. Even.
What do you think of the main hook of the song? Tracy obviously loves it.
It's catchy.
It is.
So syphilis.
That was actually where I was going, Betsy.
Take that out.
That was crap.
Yes, maybe.
Is this episode
So
is
are
not going to be?
diseases.
Yeah, so are diseases. Just have me going diseases. Obvious cut. Obvious edit.
I mean, it will get stuck in your head, but it is not in a good way.
It teaches you how to play hopscotch. Well, no, that's more the verse. The verse teaches you.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
But it teaches you that hopscotch is bumping.
Bussin'.
It's bussin'. It's bussin' tables.
It's making minimum wage. Sorry, I love you, Bare Naked Ladies.
The song doesn't teach you how to do hopscotch. 1 foot, 1 square. Now put it over there. Hop around in the air like you don't care. 2 squares, 2 feet, and keep it neat. If you fall out of line, you gotta take a seat.
Oh right, I'm supposed to do a serious take on this, aren't I?
It's a very serious song. You should do a serious
Man,
take.
this song is about how to navigate life, and
But
how
this doesn't
sometimes
tell
you
us how to play this
only
game.
have one leg to hop on.
Yeah, man.
Sometimes you have to take just a little rest and use 2 legs.
Sometimes you got to stabilize yourself with 2 legs, and
but just
sometimes
know,
life's like, no, you can't do that. You got to be on 1 leg.
If you keep hopping, you'll get to the end, and it'll be okay.
It's about perseverance, man.
Just for the next 4 years, it'll be fine.
By the way, Heidi, the one good thing that came out of the behind-the-scenes video is that you could see that the shirts that they're wearing in the cartoon are almost exactly the same as the shirts that they're wearing in the studio for the filming.
I wonder
The only
if that
problem
is a
is-
chicken or the egg thing. Like, did they wear the shirts first and they copied the cartoons after the shirts, or did they make the shirts because of the cartoon? I don't know.
Well, I want to know where the hell Kevin's hat came from.
Oh,
Yeah.
he is a fashionista.
Why is he wearing a hat with a feather in it?
Because he wants to be like Robin Hood. Or
He's very.
he could call it macaroni. He's a Canuck doodle.
And then in terms of like the cartoonist, why did they give Jim a gap in his front teeth? Jim
Maybe
does
he's
not
sensitive
have
about that.
Jim doesn't have a gap in his front teeth. I have a gap in my front
Maybe
teeth.
it's baby
He
Jim.
doesn't.
Maybe baby Jim.
Oh, baby
had
Jim.
that.
Yeah, it could be his baby teeth.
Oh, like Muppet Babies, but B&L Babies.
B&L
Babies.
And they have Jim. They don't have him playing a bass. They have
Bass
Jim
was-
playing a tambourine. I don't think Jim has ever played a tambourine in his life.
Well, if you could play the
Well,
bass,
you
could
don't
play
know.
the
I mean,
Yeah, well,
the cowbell.
that's just like your opinion,
opinion,
man.
And they have Kevin playing the sax.
Well, that's a stretch.
yeah, that.
I'm sure
No.
Kevin can probably play every single instrument ever
Probably.
made.
Okay, Kevin is a multi-instrumentalist of renown.
I bet he has a
I have
sousaphone in his
never
garage.
seen him play the sax.
I don't think that's a real saxophone, though.
No, that's a saxoboom. For
That
sure.
sounded like that did not sound like a saxophone. That sounded like one of those arrow chords or something.
That's like the one that Jack Black plays that has the
Yeah. Well, and I don't know if they played any of the music Because in any of the behind the scenes stuff, there's no one playing instruments.
I don't think. Yeah, I mean the drums are like a drum loop. There's like samples, so like Tyler's clearly not playing drums on that. Yeah, I mean I think they just brought them in they just used them for their voices. Don't hate me because I'm beautiful.
You have Juno Award-winning artists in the studio, and you don't use them for your music.
Well, it also might have been like, hey, we're only available for an afternoon thing. You know, that's okay. We'll cut something together, and you can just rap over it.
Maybe it's just disappointing.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're all in agreement that there have been more, even in recent weeks, there have been probably more momentous songs that we could have gone out with. But sometimes it's the occasion and not the song. You know, sometimes it's the gravitas of an end of an era. Well said. Well said.
Well, we'll have you back next week to discuss it.
So, did any of you guys play Hopscotch as a kid?
Yes.
Sure.
I never knew how to play
Hopscotch
hopscotch.
all day.
I mean,
I grew up in the
I think
the
as a
hood,
kid,
so yes.
in the hood,
Oh, literally. The cement.
I mean, I think
cement yards. Yes.
I've like seen a hopscotch thing and been like, oh, okay, jump on 1 foot, jump on 1 foot, jump on 1 foot, jump on 2 feet, jump on 1 foot, jump on 2 feet, jump on 1 foot.
You have to throw a rock.
Well, that's the thing.
throw a
I don't
rock.
know any. Is there a rock?
You throw a rock, it lands on a
wherever
number.
the rock
See,
lands.
girls know this.
You have to jump to the number, and then you pick up the rock.
I had
and
no
then,
idea it
I
was
don't
such a
really know if you
complicated
throw it
game.
in, or-
It's
You
called
have
a
to-
lagger.
It's a roll for initiative and see if you can hit the armor class.
Learn more about hopscotch from this little song.
Yeah.
My entire life.
So wait. You throw a rock and the rock determines what?
which square you
Right.
jump to.
How? It's like you throw it and it lands in the
Yes.
square?
Yeah, so it lands on 5, and you
Okay.
jump to
Right.
5.
So wait, but then you jump.
And then you pick it up.
Okay. Then, like, if you're standing on 1 foot, do you have to bend over while still on
And
1
then
foot to
eat
pick
it.
up the rock?
Yes.
You do. Okay. So that's what the challenge of the game. I'm just wondering what the challenge is.
Well, so the further challenge is
You can't
that
step into any
you're-
lines. And you
Right, okay.
can't
So you-
step
okay.
into the square. No, you can't step into the square that has the rock in it. You have to step around that
Right.
rock. And
Yeah.
the rock is supposed to be thrown in order without touching any of the lines, if I remember right.
Okay.
It's
So you're
Yeah,
supposed to
you're
hit the
supposed
first
to land
block?
it
harder
in-
than it looks.
I was gonna say this sounds way harder for
No one ever
40-something
taught me, so I just made up my
Aaron
own
to do
rules.
than
And
a little
single
kid.
square, the squares. So like a single square, the one square had to be hopped on 1 foot, and then you could hop on the next with both feet. But you can't be in one square with both feet. So it has to be hopped. Yeah.
Yeah, I did not know this game was as complicated as when I started reading the rules this week. I'm like,
Well, we had hopscotch, we had tetherball, and we had foursquare. And those,
I played tetherball,
all of
for
those
sure.
were very, very big. Even though tetherball, the
Foursquare
object of the
was
game was
fun.
just to punch somebody in the face with the ball as hard as you could do it.
Yeah.
That was the secret goal, but you could never
And
admit
see how
that to the
fast you
teacher.
could get
It was
to
always an
whip all the
accident.
way around the pole.
Yes, 100%.
I don't think anybody really
I
knew
played,
how to play tetherball.
I played Parisi's squares.
You guys were really fortunate growing up. I had the rock.
You had that was all you had. You were like that kid in you were like a Charlie Brown on
I
Halloween.
got a rock.
I got a rock.
You had a rock and a pole. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But did you wind a string around it?
Yes.
Did you have a rock to wind a string around?
Oh my gosh! You know what, Aaron? I just saw They Might Be Giants is playing in Boston soon.
I heard about that. I heard about that. I would like to. I've seen them twice in Portland. I would love to go see them again, though.
You guys are lucky to have strings that rock.
All we had were just two. You could bang the rocks together and make a fire, right? So that was
Very flinty.
that was something. That was something.
Flint Eastwood.
That was more of a survival skill than a children's game.
let's get a rock.
On a rock.
I mean, a big ass rock.
Dun, 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 I want to rock.
Dun, 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 dun,
We had
dun,
Schoolhouse
dun, dun, dun.
Rock.
Yep, that's true.
We played a lot of kickball.
Oh yeah, dodgeball.
Yeah, kickball,
Dodgeball.
kickball,
That was
dodgeball.
fun.
Classic.
I played a lot of Run Away and See If You Could Not Get Punched today.
Well, I mean,
today?
Yeah, we just,
specifically.
No, that was an everyday thing.
I wish I lived closer to you, Tracy. We could play that.
Bring back those childhood memories.
Nurple, nurple.
Yep.
I have no childhood memories. That maybe it has to do with the punching.
Yeah, the punching and the
Depressing.
glaving.
we had
Well-
a lot of really awful games as children. Can we all agree that?
honestly pretty true. Yeah, I actually think
Red Rover.
Red Rover
Oh,
could
I
get
loved Red Rover.
quite violent.
Clotheslining game. That's it.
fun.
It's all about clotheslining each
I
other.
never got hurt.
Because you're
Well,
wily.
and the slides that were made out of metal and nice and shiny to pull in all as much sun as they could.
Oh yeah.
Burn your butt all the way down.
Super-
Or the
the
killer
playgrounds.
circular thing
Yeah.
that you'd ride on
Merry
till you
go
grew up
Playgrounds. If you don't remember, if you were not a child in the 70s, 80s, or 90s, playgrounds used to be a place where you would accumulate splinters, second-degree burns, trauma.
and lost teeth,
Broken bones.
chips teeth,
Yeah. There was something else, but yeah,
and
I
we
mean,
loved every
we loved
second.
it. Oh yes, we did.
That was before they had rubber mulch.
Ooh, and like the teeter totters when you like bounce someone in the air when you
God,
land
and
you
they
go,
were wood and splintered on the bottom where you'd sit down, Betsy.
Oh yeah.
And you'd get off it quick just to tick off the person on the other end.
Yeah,
Hey, those teeter-totters taught us a lot about catapults.
yeah. We used to have like pebbles, and then they switched to like wood chips, and the wood chips were way worse because they give you splinters. I preferred the pebbles.
Remember the cement?
Drowned, Aaron. That's the whole point.
I remember that one playground where they had like snipers and stuff, and you had to like get over the monkey bars before the snipers got.
Snipers.
No, nobody else had that.
I think you're thinking of the Vietnam War.
Any war footage. I don't even know.
That's, I hate to break it to you. That's not a playground.
I grew up in a
Well,
really
we
rough
had
neighborhood.
You
We
and
had
Stefan.
monkey bars, but they were literally 8 feet
Yeah,
off
yeah.
the
Oh, yeah.
ground.
Oh,
And you had to stand on top of the
gives you
like if
motivation.
you fell, it was a crash course in pain.
And they were like grabbing on fire. And they were also super hot because they were metal and
Yes.
oh, but remember the dome jungle gym thing where it was all
Oh,
metal
yeah.
bars
Yes.
that interconnected and you'd climb to the top, but then if you fell through and hit the bottom, ow.
Oh, we played King of the Mountain on that thing and knocked each other off
Yeah.
into the pebbles and wood chips.
Oh yeah.
It sounds like pebbles and wood chips were really popular at your school.
They're a great hip hop duo. I
say,
love
it
Pebbles
sounds
and wood chips.
Forget Pebbles.
Pebbles
Band.
has great flow. Okay, wood chips the weak link in that
Yeah,
chain.
he's a,
Wow. Yeah.
he's a little flaky.
Anyway, that brings us back to Jazzy, Jeremy and Jazzy.
Hopscotch.
Hopscotch, yes.
Those wonderful
Yes,
memories
yes,
of childhood.
Indeed. We're going to great lengths to avoid talking about the song, but I
Well,
mean,
here's the thing. Like they do songs about so many things. Like looking on the website, there's a ton of songs. A lot of them not available in America because you can only get them in Canada because it's CBC. But why did they choose Hopscotch?
I'm ready for your CVS receipt.
Let's take the most obscure thing.
Well, maybe because kids today don't know how to play hopscotch. Or maybe they only play it in Canada.
What are you doing, Betsy?
I'm playing a game.
she's cutting
I'm cutting
a paper. I don't even know what it's for.
Are you okay? Blink twice, Betsy. I'll get you help.
I think she's the one that has the scissors. I'm the one in danger here.
Danger, Will Robinson, danger. I smell danger.
danger.
Hi, Lisa. Hi, Super Nintendo Chalmers.
We have done everything we can to avoid this song.
I mean, look, I broke it down. There wasn't much to break.
There wasn't much to break down. There's like no information. Like there's no album. Like I swear that because that's not a saxophone, but I want to know: is it an arrow chord? Is it like? Is it?
It might literally just be like
Synth.
a synthesizer.
Keyboard,
like
digital
it could be
synth.
anything.
It sounds like synth.
They have a song on this album though called "Garbage Truck," And wait a minute, they have a song called Best Day Ever? That's SpongeBob. You can't steal its song title. This is not Best Day Ever.
Is it a bad day?
It's not very good.
I'm not a
content
fan
ID.
of most of the songs, to be
Granted.
honest.
I've only heard this one.
The song about the turtle called Guy and the guy called Turtle.
All right, hold on. On a scale
It's
of,
French, it's Gui.
if Coco Melon is like a 1, and They Might Be Giants and like Pollywog in a Bog is like a 5 for children's songs, where do you place this, Tracy?
This particular song?
Yes.
Well, I mean, okay, you want me to give my rating?
Gift the remarkable with Marc Jacobs fragrances this holiday season. From the iconic Daisy and Perfect to the all-new Daisy Wild, Marc Jacobs perfume gift sets include everything she needs to feel special. From her favorite fragrance, plus the matching travel spray. Holiday gifts don't get much more perfect than this. So if you're looking for a gift inspiration these holidays, gift the remarkable with Marc Jacobs.
Yes.
Are we officially rating it?
I don't think we're rating yet, but I guess we could transition.
I mean,
How
you're
many,
kind of asking for it.
How many dangerous playgrounds do you give this song?
How many splinters?
Yeah, how many splinters?
Wood splinters in the
How many pressure treated wood splinters? Those are the worst.
How many wood chips and pebbles? Pebbles and wood chips, pebbles and wood
Hey kids,
chips.
if you're
Ow.
looking for an exciting new cereal,
Maybe
Baby beans,
I
baby
don't know where
beans.
it's from.
See, I would rather have a song about
That's from
pebbles.
Adam Sandler. That's from Lunch Lady Land.
I would rather have
Hoagies and grinders, hoagies and grinders.
that's true. It's both pebbles. It's like the Venn
I
diagram.
think Tracy's having a breakdown.
I would rather have a song about pebbles and wood chips, I think.
No.
Well,
Well, I know, but I feel bad because this is going like for sick kids in Canada. So
yeah, I mean, like we should acknowledge that they're yes.
Yeah, it's a
First, it's a
children's
children's song. Second, there's an organization that they're donating to that is helping.
Wait.
I think, you know,
This is a children's song?
I was under the impression that this was adult contemporary,
Yanni.
also known as easy
Thought it was
listening.
yacht rock.
As soon as I heard the song, I applied it in the
Yacht
bedroom.
rock.
Oh,
That's a new way of doing hopscotch.
well, that's where the children are made usually.
Well, sometimes you can play hopscotch in the bedroom.
It is. If you follow the instructions, you'll have a good time.
One leg, 2 legs.
Two, we have two.
Sometimes you got to sit in the chair.
Or, wait, I think that's Twister, Stefan. I think that's Twister.
Just to make sure that they could not play this episode in schools.
I will say that BNL had a lot better songs on their snack time than what this ends up being.
Well, it ain't no pollywog in a bug,
It's-
that's for sure.
It's catchy.
No,
It's
it
gonna
ain't.
get kids to watch because it definitely catches your ear and intrigues you and is fun. But I don't feel like it teaches anything. I'm gonna give it
It
a
kind
two-
of teaches you how to play hopscotch, but it clearly left out the part about the rock because
Well,
I needed
How
to
to
be
play
told that
hopscotch?
by our hopscotch veterans here. Yes.
I would give it a 2.75 based off from all
Okay.
of
Okay.
that. Stefan, how about
Diet
you?
haterade.
I got my haterade ready and set to go.
Yay.
Yay!
Yay!
And there was much rejoicing.
Whatever you don't like, Tracy, I usually do like.
Yeah, that's true.
However,
In this case,
No, it sticks true to this one too. I mean, I thought it was better writing, and I thought it was better rapping, and I liked it. So, I think that BNL, they need to either become a backup band or they need
you better back up, buddy.
or they need to like not write their own crap. So I find that the covers at their concerts are better than their real songs. And I think that the crowd gets more involved as well. So it's clear that the crowd enjoys their cover songs as well, more than their originals.
I feel like if I went on Ancestry.com and we traced Stefan's lineage back, Statler and Waldorf would be there. Oh, I thought it was terrible.
That was pretty good.
Got up there in age, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm really much like those grumpy old guys in the dog. But
you liked
I liked it. I thought it was good. I thought it was catchy. I did learn about Hopscotch because, I mean, there's animation that shows you how to play it. I've never played Hopscotch. I thought it was weak as far as an activity because, I mean, you're hopping on one foot. I mean, anybody
Scotching with the other.
children,
Can you hop and scotch at the same time? What's our rating again? What's our metric?
How many pebbles and wood chips?
Pebbles and wood
Pebbles
chips.
and wood chips, pebbles and wood chips,
Well,
pebbles and
I'd say
wood
we've
chips.
got 4 pebbles and 0.25 wood chips.
Wow.
Wow.
Yep. I thought it was catchy. I thought it was fun.
Wood chips.
Hopscotch, it's the name of the game. Stefan likes to make it rain.
I mean, you can't deny that.
It was a good,
It will
good
not
thing.
be
Even the
denied.
rapping was great, you know?
I'm probably going to have it in my head tomorrow. It's a thread. It's like an earworm.
Certainly, the next time I'm like walking by and I see I'm not sure how frequently that's going to happen, but if I see a hopscotch or like in a TV show or something, you see someone playing hopscotch, I'll probably it'll pop up. In
So
the
you're
back
gonna
of my
start
head.
going to children's schools and just.
That's my new
kids.
podcast.
Hey kids, just trying to get some exercise in.
We're interviewing
Wear some
people
super
about
short shorts.
hopscotch.
Hey, kids, you want to play a little hopscotch? You want to play hopscotch?
Hey guys, you want to play a game with me? You want to teach me a game?
Mommy's some weird guys.
How many
ask-
episodes before Aaron
Okay.
gets banned?
Grab my stone.
0.
Well, Aaron, how many wood chips and pebbles do you give this song?
I mean, I'm somewhere between you and Stefan, probably closer to you. It's certainly not going to go in my like best of playlist. I think, I might be, maybe I'm being a little harsh on this because, as I said, it kind of reminded me of Pollywog in a Bog, and that's a very high bar to clear. It also kind of reminded me, like that song, of Parappa the Rapper, which I actually really enjoy, Parappa the Rapper, and the music in that game, those games. So, I mean, and the Little Gorillas, too, right? So we've got all these comparisons, which were, really S-tier bands and projects. So, I mean, you compare it to those, it's inevitably going to fall short. I would say, yeah, S tier is above A tier. It's the Uber tier. But like,
It's like the national ratings of bands, or what?
well, this is just an internet thing. I didn't make it up. I think it's probably Japanese, as most things from the internet are, like cats and Shiba Inus. Well, yeah, but Abraham Lincoln did tell us to be careful of what we read on the internet because a lot of it's not true.
Yeah.
But no, as far as pebbles and chips, kibbles and bits,
Pebbles and
I
Bam
think,
Bam.
I think. I mean, I was probably be more inclined to be closer to you, Tracy, with like a 2.75 or something. But the fact that that it is for charity. And it is a little catchy. I do have to admit, and then there's some decent flow in there from Ed in that first verse and stuff. It's not terrible. It's not the worst thing I've ever heard for sure. It's not. It is what it is. I think the fact that it's for a good cause probably puts it up to a solid 3 pebbles and chips. I will not say which are which.
Ooh, a man of mystery.
We'll use the internet to determine.
Oh yes, you can sleuth this one out. Follow the clues, gumshoots.
Yeah, I think this was definitely an L tier song.
An L tier. I don't know. I think it's like a U with an umlaut tier.
Umlaut.
Heidi, how about you?
Stefan, I think it's catchy, and if you take it for what it is as a kid's song, I'm going to be singing Hopscotch for a while. Huh?
I only hope.
Then
I don't need this.
I think I'm going to give it. I'm going to give it a 3.6.
3.6. Okay. We're kind of all over the map here on this one.
It's the name of the game. It's Hopscotch.
All
That
right.
means
So, Betsy, I have my haterade cup in hand. Just in
who's going to be the
case.
haterade drinker?
Cup in
This-
hand.
Go ahead.
ready to give a sample. So I don't know. For me, it was kind of middle of the road. It's not Bare Naked Ladies. I don't know if it's even Bare Naked Ladies lyrics. So I'm kind of wondering how much they contributed to it. But either way, kind of catchy. Kind of reminded me of Gorillaz, which is good. Going to Charity is good. But I mean, yeah, I always like the classic Bare Naked Ladies of like the, you know, hidden meanings and layers and but a upbeat kind of feel.
Fair.
This is none of that, so I was just kind of disappointed, but it is what it is for a kid's song. 2.5.
Ah.
Oh, here's the haterade. Have fun.
No. What were you? 2.5.
2.75 or
2.75.
drinking the haterade.
I'm not the hater.
Well, that's a very well distributed average there across all of us.
It
I think
actually
that's really
is.
interesting. Who would have guessed that this song would be the one that would be the most controversial for the end? I guess we saved the most controversial for last.
Who knew that everybody would
is
be
it?
so hard on a children's song?
I have consistently been hard on the children's songs and the Christmas songs on this show, so that's not news.
You don't like saying bad things about the other performers too, and they did awesome. Jazzy?
Honestly, I did think that they had some pretty good flow. Yeah, I think all of them did a good job. Like I said, I didn't hate it. It was just, I guess
It wasn't for me.
I did not say that. Je refute.
Well, Aaron, you said it's the most controversial, but the
I did.
question remains: is it the most controversial?
Oh, I guess
is
we'll have
it
to
the
find
most distance between the different songs, between the different scores? There's only one way to find out.
What's that, Tracy?
It's been what we've been adding up to this whole entire time.
Culmination, you say?
Are we gonna
We
have my
have
friend
been-
Coleman Nation as a guest?
We
Oh my God! Let's invite Coleman on the show.
And Cold
We have to invite him in
Coleman,
for the
I know you
last
probably
episode.
don't listen, but if you do, come on the show.
Miles O'Brien.
So next week is our wrap up and our rankings discussion, where we will
we have
go
to wrap?
over what each of you
pretty good at
thinks
that.
is your favorite song. What is your favorite
Oh
album?
God!
Oh.
What is your
about-
least favorite albums?
Come on.
And I have the numbers to prove it.
What about dual albums? That should
Well,
really
I would initially have thought that my least favorite album was Silver Ball, given the grief that I've given it over the years.
Not
but I
Snack
don't
Time?
think that's the case. Yeah, well,
I
okay.
can't tell you
Snack
right
Time
now.
or the holiday album, probably.
I think I kind of know. We should guess. Like we should like list all of the albums in
yeah, we
order
should guess each other's.
and go.
All right, I like that
yeah,
idea.
like
Yeah, let's make little rankings
little
for everyone.
rankings, like
Alan
all the
rankings?
albums. But how do we count? Yeah, because we count the albums, not the random shit, like the other stuff that's not on albums. But ranking our albums.
Yeah, the major album.
and thinking like what
That
we
sounds
think we had
uncomfortable.
or what other people have. That could be fun.
I would love to hear what you guys
On the next
think.
episode of
Thank you,
Bare
Mel.
Naked ABCs, things get rank.
I have
We're pulling rank, boys.
We're slapping the vinyl.
or I should say
Chuck in the
Oh,
monkey.
yeah.
I
Wait,
have
what?
most of the scores
Shock
and
the
have most
monkey.
of the rankings and the answers right now.
Oh,
There's one person that hasn't passed in their answers yet.
I surely don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I think the best album
Don't call me
is
Shirley.
All
Don't
the
call me
Right
Shirley.
Don't call me
Reasons.
Shirley. Sorry, what?
The
Sorry,
best
what?
album was All the Right Reasons.
Try again.
Betsy, I'm going to translate Betsy's noises there to that's a choice.
That is what you said. And there it is.
That's what he said.
But we're not rating other bands, are we?
No, just this band.
Although it would not be unlike us because there's a lot of collaboration on these songs. Like tonight. Like tonight. Like tonight.
Mac tonight?
Like tonight.
Tonight.
Oh,
Calling in the
we're
air
gonna make
tonight.
Phil
it
Collins, we know
right
you listen. Please come on the show.
tonight.
Well,
Well,
it's
twas
been,
the night before the last episode,
all
so
through the house.
please come back next week and listen to our rankings and final tabulations of the songs.
Titillations
And,
tabulations.
Look at all my reviews and tabulations.
That's what we paid the big bucks for, buddy.
Yeah, it's been. I mean, honestly, we obviously are not
quite
quite
done
done
yet.
yet, but
It's
it's
okay, it will
it's
be
been quite a
the
journey, and I'm not quite done. Yeah, it'll be stone done in a moment. But yeah, no, it's been quite a journey, and it's been really a lot of fun talking with all of you about music, and
Enemy.
you know, I'm gonna miss this.
Yeah, we have other things planned. So, like the week after
Sabbatical,
Try
next week,
those
sabbatical.
tears, champ.
we're gonna have a special treat for everyone.
No more tears.
We're gonna do a Bare Naked Ladies trivia night. We'll be
nice.
doing it live on December
do it live.
11th on
Fuck it.
Facebook.
We'll do it live.
If people, I'm gonna keep the score and see how you guys all
The
do.
keeper of the school.
And you
Can't
know,
wait to
Even
lose
know all
that.
the band members.
I know
at
this is
least.
gonna be fun.
Oh, Ringo.
Yeah, and 5 other unforgettable guys.
Warren
Brian
Zevon. Wait.
Wilson, I think, is one of them.
And then we're gonna take a couple weeks off
Brian
for the
Adams.
holidays.
Brian Eno.
I think it's fair to give you guys a couple weeks off.
Happy
Taking it
holidays.
off anyway.
And, you know, then we're going to start really
We're gonna
wrapping
wrap
things
it
up
up,
as we're
put a
going to
big
discuss
bow on
each
it.
album as a whole, and we're going to resequence them if we feel like it's deserved.
We're gonna wrap them up like gifts.
So, Ed's finally coming on the show.
And we have a few special guests
whole.
coming during our resequencing episodes.
Ooh, very fun. Very fun. We know you listen. Come on the show.
And then finally, the big news that we have been hinting at for a while is that when we're done, at least I will be, and
pages
whoever
on
else
pages
chooses
of
will be as well.
page.
After
Turning
a
the
short break, we'll be
page on
transitioning
page.
to discussing all the Stephen Page solo works.
Yay!
Are we calling
the
it
page.
Turning the Page?
Is it? Is it?
We will be calling it Turning the Page.
Yeah! Vindication.
Vindication. Nice.
So you guys have a simple
heard
job
Wild
this week.
Animals
Is
before,
just
Stefan?
you don't have to analyze any
hate
songs.
crunching on hard
just simple
numbers.
numbers, catch it up for the week,
Shouldn't eat.
and then I gotta do all the hard number crunching.
Yeah, al dente. You gotta, yeah.
Crunching.
They're too
shouldn't-
starchy.
if
Too
they're hard
starchy.
I
when you
prefer.
crunch
I mean, I like my numbers a little al dente, if I'm
Try to-
being
yeah,
honest.
Try to soak them first. Soak them in some nice lukewarm milk. Ah!
Shocking that you would say that. Anyway,
So long,
Guys,
farewell.
thank you so much for this
Auf
long journey.
Wiedersehen.
I have enjoyed it. We'll do a complete goodbye and such in the future when it's time.
in the
Oh,
future,
so
when it's
long,
time,
farewell.
Auf
Auf
Wiedersehen,
Wiedersehen.
Julie
Aren't
Andrews,
you gonna
we
miss
know you listen,
this,
come on the
Tracy? Aren't
show.
you gonna miss herding us cats?
I don't know. You guys have been so on when I've had to be away for so many weeks due to unforeseen circumstances, and you
Yeah,
guys
it's
have,
good to have you
you know,
back.
You're a great band
it's
name.
much easier to herd
good
just a
circumstances.
couple cats instead of
Yeah, we got a
a
whole
lot of
clouder now.
Yep, Clouder. A glaring.
a glaring of cats.
Glaring.
I'm giving everyone the
that's
Al
awesome.
Borland look right now.
We just need the Microsoft narrator to narrate what's going on in the episode.
Clippy?
Isn't that that little paper clip?
button. No, stop! Turn it off. Who hit that?
That it was not such a good idea to bring in so many cats.
No, we need we need Ron Howard to narrate us like Arrested
God.
Development.
I've started talking like in the middle, like Brick, all the time now. I'm like herding cats. I really like cheese balls. Cheese balls. You know what? Makes me giggle. All right,
All
y'all.
right, you guys
you, crazy
have a
cats.
great week.
Have a good
This
night. See
was-
you next week.
Thanks, that was fun. Don't forget, no regrets, except maybe